Periodization. That's the beauty of the 12-week year and any quarterly planning. I've done lots of quarterly planning over the years, and some of it's been very successful, but more recently it hasn't been working for me. So I'm trying something different. Today I'm going to talk about quarterly planning, the 12-week year, and then talk about the things that I'm doing instead, and maybe some of the things that I've figured out haven't been working for me and what I'm doing instead. Maybe that'll help you figure out some of the things that might work for you. Now, there is a lot I like about the 12-week year and quarterly planning, but not the 12-week part, not the quarter long part. So why not quarterly planning? Quarterly planning really came about due to businesses, I'm pretty sure, and businesses work on the Q1 through Q4 cycle, and they all are kind of on the same cycle, so they all speak the same language. They all are pushing to get things done by the end of the year. So most of them run January to March, April to June, July to September, October to December. For your personal life, there probably isn't a reason for you to run on that same cycle. I do like being able to talk a common language with people and be on the same cycle as other people to be able to share, but that's not enough if it's not working out for me. Enter the 12-week year. The time period's about the same, but one thing different about a 12-week year is it could be any 12 weeks. And I do like that. I like that you can start, you don't have to wait for 2.5 months if you're not starting at the right time. That's a good thing. So in that respect, the 12-week year is really just quarterly planning, not according to the calendar, or really just 90-day planning. So what's the significance of the 12 weeks? I think it's really because the battle cry for the authors is every week is a month. Get more done in 12 weeks than you do in 12 months. I think that's really the key to the title and the catchiness. There are lots of other good parts to the 12-week year, and I'm sure I'll talk about them other times. But the one thing I do want to talk about is I think one good thing is the sense of urgency. That's another reason with annual planning, they say everything is pushed to the end of the year and you really just get everything done in Q4. So if we shorten it, then you're going to be getting things done 4 times a year instead of just 1 time a year. That's great too. But for me, 12 weeks or a quarter or 90 days, it's just too long. It worked for me at some periods of my life, but right now I just can't find my groove. So I am finding I'm going to need to shorten that up. I was finding that when I was quarterly planning or 12-week year planning, I'd get to week 4, 5, 6-ish, and I would just be way off track and I would want to loop back up and start over again. I'd be in that goal setting loop. What is my current situation? My current situation is I am going with 6 2-month quarters. I've tried 6 weeks. That would be great, but I found I don't like not starting at the beginning of a calendar month. I wish I could say that it didn't bother me, but it does. Since I figured out that I need to work with the months, and there's 12 months in a year, and dividing by 4 isn't working for me, my next choice is dividing by 6. And so that's what I've done. I am working on 6 2-month seasons. And so I'm got up on the screen what those are for me. The reason these seasons work for me in particular at this time in my life, I'm a retired school teacher, married to a school teacher, and so that school year calendar is just embedded in me. The holidays being its own chunk makes sense. The other thing that my seasons are tied to is gardening, and it just so happens that the year begins January for me. I have tried it an alternate way. I really don't mind the beginning of the year starting with February, because let's be honest, are you usually ready by January 1st to get started? Again, especially if you are a teacher or a student where you don't go back to school till the 5th or the 7th or the 3rd. I don't like starting the year the 1st of January, but it just happens to be what works out with this schedule. Am I saying that these are the seasons you should use? No. I tried seasons that weren't the same length, seasons that were the same length, having shorter seasons, longer seasons. I've tried it all. This is just what's working for me now. The shorter time periods will let me reflect and start over more frequently if things are not progressing. So am I saying that this is the best way? This is the way. 6 2-season months is going to change your life. No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's what I'm trying right now. It's working better than the 12 weeks were. And I mentioned in this video up over here to start small. I believe that it's probably a good idea If things aren't working for you on the longer time frame, chunk it down smaller. Go to smaller time periods. Is 8 weeks too long for you? Start with monthly goal setting, and then you can always go up, or start with 8 weeks and you can always go down. There's not going to be one size fits all for everyone. Makes it easy to buy a system, but I want you to be reflective and figure out what works for you. Don't just take 12 weeks because that's the title of a book. Don't just take a quarter because that's what businesses do. Just giving you some food for thought. And just in case you're wondering, I'm using Opal and Cosmic Crisp apples. I hope this was helpful to you. I did have talked more about systems over here, and like and subscribe. Hope we see you again soon. Take care.